If my grandmother was in Oakland in 2025, what would she do with the ingredients that were available to her? We're just taking a look at soul food as like something that is not stagnant. Hi, I'm Jeff Davis. I'm the owner of Burdell restaurant in Oakland. Burdell was my maternal grandmother's name, so definitely paying homage to her, but also my grandmother on my dad's side of the family. It took me 5 years to get all the plates, so they're all like from the 50s, 60s, 70s. It was just like a lot of like digging. And the speakers in the main dining room are Yamaha speakers from the 70s that like kind of seasons the sound, so it kind of really feels like a ditch and crackly and rich and warm. We're trying to transport people back to memories and like a different time and just like a feeling of like being taken care of.
Yeah, so I thought it was a little acidic. I guess it was just a little bit of hot sauce, kind of.
Stupid A. Everything, bro.
Well, I was born in Philadelphia. When I was really young, we moved to California. I grew up in Modesto. Both sets of my grandparents moved out to California, so I spent a lot of time with them, making breakfast or making an after-school snack. I've been living in Oakland for about 12 years now, and it just feels like home. It just has that like underdog spirit. I mean, Oakland was kind of at the center of a lot of things concerning Black people and civil rights, and it just feels like a place that we can kind of push the conversation about what is soul food as well. It's about carrying on tradition, using all the techniques that I picked up in fine dining kitchens along the way. Using really high quality ingredients in the same way that you would with any other cuisine. Boiled peanuts, it's a dish that has its roots kind of tracing back to Africa, but it's, like a snack that my grandmother would make with like smoked ham or turkey. We're using the miso to replace that salty, umami part. It just adds that richness. So we boil them for hours with that miso that we like infuse with peanut butter. It's a sauce that kind of like makes you want to lick your fingers as you're eating them. Our barbecue shrimp dish. And the shrimp get brined quickly, and then we take the shells along with some Vietnamese dried shrimp, some poblanos, cook it down for a long time, and then we brown the shrimp in brown butter. It's almost like a bisque. We add a little bit of our house hot sauce, so I think off-dry Riesling can be really fun with that. Our version of chicken and waffles, emblematic dish for soul food, going back to Harlem in the 20s. I love chicken liver mousse and like grilled bread, so we wanted to do a version that played off of my love of that. We do a cornmeal waffle, and then we make like a maple syrup vinaigrette. Finally, like some fried chicken skin, so you kind of get that crispy element of like fried chicken. Soul food is the food of migration and adaptation. My grandparents migrated from the South. You kind of get introduced to new ingredients or have to substitute things that you can't get. And I think that's the story of a lot of people's grandmothers. I think Oakland is just like a really special place, and it kind of gets talked about in this like negative light, but it's got all these like beautiful places and beautiful neighborhoods and little streets and corners and just people that have been here for generations. It's always been a place of change, and so like having a narrative of change around this food that means so much to me and to others is really important.